So good morning. Welcome aboard the 2023 River Cruise, the European River Cruise that I've always wanted to go on. Captain Theresa, Captain Karen. Okay, we're your guides on this trip. Now I know that about half of you have done it before, and about half of you are new to the cruise. Some of you have done the boxes, but the cruise is new for you. So first and foremost, I want to tell you just a little bit of what goes on and just kind of guide you. We'll give you emails along the way. And if you have questions, go ahead and ask. Not a problem. First of all, most of you have my cell phone number. You may use it. I stress this all the time. I'm not in the store as often as Theresa, but I am available on my phone almost all the time. And if I'm not, I'll tell you, I'll call you back. And most times I do. And if I don't, call me again. Okay. But I want to talk to you. I want to guide you. I'm fine with it. I'm old school. I'm a phone person. I work well. I do answer emails. I do answer texts. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate. So first of all, as you're on board this beautiful cruise, and you can see Amsterdam in the background, I want to tell you a few things that go on. Number one, there will be a logbook, and there will be a special logbook for this particular cruise, the same kind of format that we used last year in the luxury cruise and in the Supreme and Teresa's River Cruise. And then I think we had one for the Magical Mystery as well. This one will be updated. It takes a little bit to update sometimes. So here's the issue that happens. I give the first mate, Michael, everything that I have done, which is normally the featured sweater. And that one's done complete because I've knit it. It's been done. Then we have other offerings that go on. And because you are all Retalier customers and you know who you are, because you are those people, you usually want something just a little different than whatever it is that we have been offering. And we will always accommodate that. But that means that I don't always have everything set up and ready to go. And it also means that I might offer 4 variations on a sweater. 2 of them never get chosen until maybe 3 weeks or 3 months into this. And if somebody wants to know why it's not in the logbook, well, I'll tell you, I take the path of least resistance. If nobody wants it, I'm not going to spend the time and energy until somebody does. So I ask you all to be patient. I know you have other projects. I heard, when we were getting on, I heard 2 people talking about how they hadn't finished their last ones yet, like Sally and Donna. So know that if I don't have something for you immediately, you can put your needles down and get going. But what we want is a really successful project. And we want you to understand that what we offer in this level of what we're doing, this isn't a cheap box. This isn't something that's for everybody. It is for a very specialized knitter, somebody who's interested in style, somebody who wants a little adventure in their lives and knows that we're going to give it to them. And we will perform. Theresa and I are very good at that. So I'm confident. I hope you all are confident too. Hi, Cheryl Schultz. I see you. Okay. So we've talked about the logbook. We've talked about the...
can I interject?
Yes, please.
So Karen mentioned that most of you, if not all of you, have. I think all of you have my cell phone number.
You can't hear Theresa.
You can't hear me?
Right.
No.
Okay. I believe all of you have my cell phone number as well. So
No.
me as well. And if I don't get back to you right away, I'll later.
Can't hear you, Theresa.
We were
okay.
Let's change lights. Let's see. Lights or seats? No, sit right there. Backwards.
This is Gloria. Karen?
Hello?
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, this is Gloria. I filled out the questionnaire that came this morning, or the survey, but I had to choose between sweaters and shawls and cardigans and pullovers, and I like to do a variety, so I couldn't say I like
Can you
to do
hear
a
me?
variety.
Gloria. Gloria, hold on to that thought for just a little bit. We're going to get to that very shortly.
We're going to talk about surveys. Can they hear you now?
Yeah, can everybody hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll get on. I must be louder, yeah. Wow. Maybe the deaf talk to mothers.
Okay, so what I was saying is, feel free to reach out to me on my cell phone if you can't get a hold of me at the store, or you can text message me as well. If it's not a good time, I will get back to you when I can. So don't feel like it's not a good time. Just do it when it's good for you, and then we'll make it work. Okay.
Okay, so that's Theresa, that's Karen. Robin is available at the store. He has an answer to a lot of the questions, but not all of them. And Cora in Encino is joining us on the cruise this year, so she will also have answers and be, pretty confident in what's going on. So I think we've covered all the help. Now, Gloria, thank you for bringing up the survey. That's something that I wanted to mention. Did all of you see the survey on the email that went out, or at least the second email that went out? Okay, please fill that out. Keep a copy for yourself. And now, if anybody has any questions about it, now ask me, Gloria. Gloria?
All right. Were you talking to me?
Talking to you.
My problem with the survey is that I like to do a variety. Sometimes I like sweaters, sometimes I like pullovers, sometimes I like cardigans, sometimes I like shawls. And there was no place to indicate that. Under sweaters, I had to choose cardigan or pullover. And then I had to choose between shawls and sweaters.
You wanted to check one.
Oh, you have to check one?
Yes.
Check one? Okay. Well, I know that Sally had the same problem yesterday when we were going over things. So I think it's safe to assume that almost all of you like a variety of everything, and that's part of the reason why you're here.
Right. And the survey for me, I know most of you, Theresa knows, we know all of you actually. So we would realize that that's the case. That's kind of part of it was generic, part of it was just, kind of get in the mood for everything. And that brings me to another change. Okay, so last year, I listened to kind of what everybody liked or what I thought they liked, and I went down and I sent out stuff ahead of time. And then I found that didn't work out very well because half the time I got most of it back, and it was a lot of shipping back and forth and a lot of having to come back. So this year, we're going to do our reveal. We're going to talk about color and fiber, and then you guys are going to choose. And then I'm going to tip it out to you so that we don't have that issue. Now, some projects, everything is slated pretty much for the medium or the large, okay? Yarn amounts, everything fits to whatever you paid. If you use less yarn, you can return it and get credit. Although I expect you to use at least the project's worth. In other words, I'm not looking so that you make a scarf and then I get the rest back. But we will work with you with sweaters and other things that you might want. I think the variety that we have this year is exceptional, and I think it will touch everyone. In terms of fibers, we're going to do our best to be cognizant of those of you who live in climates that, like ours, where we don't necessarily wear all the really heavy stuff. Although any of you that have a heavy sweater, I may be organizing a trip to Siberia, and we can all go, and this one won't be virtual. Well, I'll go on it. We'll wear our heavy sweater, and then all will be riding on it. We are aware, and it is a really an issue for us.
Karen?
Yes.
Be a little closer to the microphone.
Okay.
Because you get garbled.
All right.
Thank you.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
No. Okay. All right. So let's go to
Karen, one more thing. I'd like to thank you for spreading out the time from the initial, when you first said what the schedule was. It was too tight for me.
And for me.
Okay.
I can't knit fast enough anymore. I was like, oh my God, this is not going to work. Yeah, I think it made more sense for all of us, really. Yeah. It isn't like we're going anywhere. I want you to enjoy it, and I want you to enjoy the process. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about where we're going. I'm going to go to Amsterdam. Let me see if I can choose this the right way. That's this one. Oh, no, Do you know how to get this happening? No, yeah, virtual. No, that's, oh yeah, it's not video, you're right, that's it. Okay, sorry guys, it's been since, I haven't done this since last December, so. Yeah, okay, let's change it. Let's go to this. Okay, now Amsterdam is one of those areas that I've always wanted to go to, and I've not been to Amsterdam, but as luck we have it, I'm going in September. So this was really exciting as I started to kind of research what I might want to see. And I always knew that, Van Gogh was there in the museum. And I always knew that they had tulip fields, which I thought are wonderful because they're one of my favorite flowers. By the way, I tried to figure out a way to send each of you a bouquet of tulips, but it became absolutely a nightmare.
Karen, I'm still missing part of you.
Maybe I should part for a minute.
It's still garbled a little.
Okay, let me see if this helps. I am garbled because I was sick and my voice is a little garbled. So is that better?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So Theresa and I will change places. We'll move in Amsterdam. So behind me are the floating flower markets, which for some reason I never knew about, but I'm kind of excited to see those because every city in the world that I go to, I find the flower district because I love seeing what they do. And I have pictures all over my phone of flower stores and flower stands and whatever. So Amsterdam's going to be fun for me. When I first started in the business, I remember in about 1978, the talk was all about Europe and how much everybody in Europe was knitting. And the joke at that time in 78 is that when you went to Amsterdam for pot, and all the hookers used to sit in the windows above the streets and they would knit. And that's how they would scope out their next score. So knitting always had kind of a little bit of an edge to it at that point. I thought that was kind of cool. And knitting in Europe still does remain, as much as we all knit here, knitting comes with them as a part of life. And everybody knits. It isn't so, here it tends to skip generations. When somebody doesn't do it because their mother did it, or they do it because their grandmother did it. In Europe, it's there. And most cities that you go to, if you scope it out, you can find really beautiful, beautiful yarn stores. Not that I want to send you to somebody else, but like all of you, when I'm on a trip, Bob has to go to every yarn store that's in the area. As much as he can't understand why, we still go. And there's one in Amsterdam, Stephen West, and a woman called Penelope have a store that looks like a lot of fun. It's interesting. It's small. It's not huge, but it looks like it would be fun to visit. And I plan to go there, so I'll bring a report back. Who knows? Maybe something will happen we can co-market or do something. I don't know. I haven't been as involved with his designs, but I know he does beautiful things. So I think that's a kind of a no-brainer. I think too that there's I guess across the street from that store is a fabric dye house, which looked interesting to me also. And it's a woman that does dyeing of fabric, but she has a textile store, a little teeny one in front, and has all these fabulous fabrics in it. So I'm going there too, because along with my yarn collection, I have an extensive fabric collection that will be willed to my daughter. So I think with that said, I think that the idea of Amsterdam, it's got canals, bridges, it's a bicycling city because of the canals, and you see bicycles all over. And it's the tulip stands. I'm going to see, I think they said that the best time to buy tulips is in the fall. I think that's what it said. So if I can, in coming around the end of my trip, you might have a little add-on, just a few bulbs from Amsterdam if I can bring them back. I don't know if I can smuggle them or what you do. I'm sure they go across the borders now easily. The other thing on this trip that I want to do, I started to do it on the last one, and then I kind of lost sight of it. I want to go back to recipes and sharing stuff. So I was looking up the foods. What's the best to eat in Amsterdam? They say, of course, chocolate. And chocolate and knitting go together so well. But they also mentioned herring, but some herring is good. And then apple pie, which I thought we could do that, apple strudel. And they do Dutch pancakes, which I would love if somebody could find a great recipe for Dutch pancakes, and we'll share it in the logbook, and we'll all make them, and we'll figure out how it goes. And then the other thing was Dutch fries, which are supposed to be these really thick French fries. Has anybody had those? Anybody been there? Ah, Cora, are they good?
I think the best French fries in the world are in Holland.
Really?
Oh, hands down. And you have them with mayonnaise, not ketchup. Yes, amazing. You're right. They're delish.
All right, that's what we're doing. Okay, so you find the recipe for the Dutch fries, and we'll make Oliver make them, and then we'll send them to everybody.
Hot.
It's perfect. Okay, and then the other thing is you have to go see the Anne Frank Museum, which everybody in my group wants to go to, and I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. Ellen Simmons told me it's because I've been there before. I don't want to go. I was Anne Frank in the play. I did extensive. My whole senior thesis in college was on the Holocaust and Anne Frank, and I just don't know. It's crazy. They all think I'm nuts, and it's okay. I'll go to Stephen Penelope's for that afternoon. But I think it is a must. I think historically it's great. And again, they say coffee shops. And let's see, share our screen one more time. There's a sweet little picture of this one. Yep. Okay, that's where I picture myself sitting at that table here.
But you didn't share yet.
Oh, really?
The background changed.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. Okay.
Oh,
That's where I'm going to be, right there. There I am.
For the next table over.
Okay, so now before we get into kind of the main attraction, does anybody have any questions? Oh, I also talked to Michael about the recordings of the Zoom calls. He's going to try and get it done the following week. And again, it's an hour that he has to go through and edit. So that's why it takes time. But I've gotten him to commit to doing it the next week so that if you missed a part or you want to look at something again, you can. And the logbook gets updated as soon as we get the patterns and everything ready to go. So anybody have any questions? Any of my newbies? Are you all understanding? Okay. All right. Shall we do it?
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right. So first of all, I want to talk about yarn. So you all know that we carry Laura Piano cashmere, right? And we can't say that on any printed thing. We can tell you. We can't put a sign up that we carry it. It's their branding that does not allow us to do it, but we carry it. And we have
What brand is that?
Laura Piana. Laura Piana is a very famous designer, Italian designer, and they have boutiques all over. And they're like Cucinelli. They're very high end. You can go into a store. They do a lot of machine knitting with their yarns, but their hand knit yarns are gorgeous, and that's why our cashmere is fantastic. They developed for us for this little cruise a new yarn that we're calling Sonata. Okay. I'm going to kind of hold it up here. I've got it on a cone. It's going to come on a skein. Okay. And it's a raw silk. Okay. 100%. It knits up anywhere between, a 6 and a 10 needle, depending on what you're doing. It doesn't stretch. It's phenomenal. It steams absolutely beautifully. And this is the yarn we decided to do for our first project. Okay, so without further ado. Okay, so let's see, pull her back.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so this is the first one. You'll notice she's got one sleeve that's not this much. My fault, like I said, I can only get so much. But this is out of the silk. This is after it's been steamed. Can you all see it? I'll bring it up closer so you can see the pattern stitch on it. If you notice, it has tulips, which was what made me so excited. So the overall pattern is tulips. The beaded silk and sequin white makes the bottom and gives it just a phenomenal drape. And I can't even explain to you how soft and wonderful it is. Okay. Then I did the silk on the top. It's a drop sleeve. I did a fuller drop sleeve for this part with a tighter cuff. Yes, you can have it narrower.
I love this.
The other sleeve, I patterned it at the bottom. So there's like a little line of tulips going down the bottom of the sleeve.
Oh,
Yeah, you can do it that, or you can do, bits and pieces, but I think it's kind of cool because it gives it just a little edgy kind of a look. But I have to tell you, so this is an unsteamed piece and this is a steamed piece. I was so excited when I got to work with this. And again, I'm on an 8 needle, which for most of you will be a 9. I'm a CQC. I was going to finish the neckline. I decided I love it unfinished, but if you want to, you could add a little beading. I thought about, but I didn't have time to do it. I thought about taking the beads and tying the bottom of each tulip. So I'll put that instruction in there, and if I get to it, I will. Now, there'll be a pattern for this, and then there'll be a pattern for this as a cardigan. It'll be a V-neck cardigan, and the cardigan will have a narrower sleeve. Okay? So let's say you want a pullover, but you want it with a narrower sleeve. The sleeve pattern will still work for the pullover. So you could do a narrower sleeve on the pullover, or you could do a fuller sleeve on the cardigan. Okay. So anybody have any questions about this? And you can have a short sleeve also. I mean, I'll include a short sleeve pattern and stuff. Although I think this piece really,
I love that.
I mean, in the back drape's it's just beautiful. And it gives it the beading, because the beads have a weight, but they're not heavy, it's not thick. It's drapey. And so it adds a little, when you put it on, it has a little movement to it too. The sweater moves. And that's what got me so excited. All right, Agnes. Any questions? No? I think you're also quiet.
What color is that?
That's the denim. And I'm going to pull the color choice.
Beautiful. It almost looks like hearts.
Well, they're really tulips. Tulips do kind of look like hearts.
Yeah.
Here's their little stems, and here's their little beely wappises. And I mean, they're not. They are. What's called their stem? Yeah, there's their stem. They have stems. So you can, if you want to call them hearts, you can, but they're really tulips. But they could be a heart sweater as well. I don't care. I love the pattern. It was fun to do, and it was quick and easy. It's called. I will say it.
Is it just beaded at the bottom, the lower part?
It's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. So should we look at colors now, or should we look at the other selections? Maybe we should look at the other selections. And then we'll talk about colors.
Karen, can it be made
Who said Karen?
scale
What do we need?
order? So it's
Okay.
not.
Hello?
Karen,
Yes?
I'm unmuted. It's Gail.
Hi, Gail.
And I'm eating lunch. That's why there's no camera on. You made shorter.
Shorter? Of course. This is just a straight piece. There's no shaping except for the neck.
Right. So that it's not coming so long down on my hips.
Right. Now, this one is not as long as you think. This is 22. And so I would wear it. I'm always going to wear something like this, a elongated tank, because I like layers. So I would always wear it with something like that underneath it, so I get something coming under it too. But yeah, the lengths are important. I mean, there's plenty of room, and the pattern, and it doesn't have to go through a full repeat. It kind of does itself. But what I would do is we figure out your length, and we figure out how to start it from here, so that at the top you have the full tulips going on.
Right.
Okay, so let's see. Let me see now if I can do this part.
Yeah, Karen, this is Gloria. Where are the beads? The bottom couple inches?
Yep, about 4 inches. No, about 6 inches. Yeah, it's not reflecting.
But not on the sleeves?
No, I didn't put them on the sleeves. I left them off the sleeve because I didn't know if I wanted the wear on the sleeve.
Okay.
And I like the idea of having, but again, we can do whatever you want. There's no rules. I'm not one of those. Okay, now we're going to see if we can show the other. So let's see, Theresa, we'll share a screen. I'm going to do something. And shoot.
Is it in that or
No, it's on. It was giving me. So,
was it in your email?
no, it was on the share screen. It said you go to here to this.
No, those are apps.
Crap. No, that's posted 10 days. All right, give me 1 second. You talk, Theresa. Nick. And I'll go get him.
It's usually on the bottom bar.
Yeah.
I'm not the host, but on mine, it's like greened up.
We found that, but it's just the piece that she wants isn't on that screen tab.
Of course.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens. It happens. I love this sweater. It's so pretty.
Tell me it's not as hard as it looks.
It's not. Some of the sleeve is reverse stockinette.
I'm not talking about that part.
Oh, Theresa. Delusional.
No, I don't know.
Hilarious.
There's going to be some rows of the wrong side rows. You're probably just working the stitches as they appear.
It's a 24 stitch repeat. I used markers and the pattern is written out. I did not use it. So
Okay, well, that's
Okay, 24. That's not bad. 24 stitches, and that's the repeat.
right, and it's 4 repeats for that size. That's the large.
How wide is that sweater? What's the width?
That one is 23, I think.
Yeah.
And that was after I steamed it. Okay.
Aha!
Now. So this is the one we want to share. Okay, can you guys see this now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right, so let's do this one. So let's do yours first, Theresa. Okay, so Theresa's going to talk about her selection now. Okay, baby, go for it.
Good. Okay. Hello, everyone. So I found this beautiful vintage Chanel sweater on Pinterest from 1993. I didn't realize it was that age.
$6,000.
I didn't like that either. I don't know the prices. I think that's probably going to shoot me in the foot one of these days. But I love the simplicity of it. And I like the vertical lines, but I also like the dashes of the horizontal lines. I thought it was clean and classic, but it had a little character, a little personality. So I would imagine that when I write it, I would have the our new beautiful silk as everywhere that it's cream, and then the black would be the beaded silk and sequins. And I think that we do need a physical pocket down here on both fronts. And then everything else would just be an accent.
It's very cool. It could be shorter too.
Yeah, we could definitely do it shorter. It does look a little on the wrong side, which isn't traditional Chanel. But yeah, we can make it shorter. We can keep it that length. There's a lot of different things that we could do. I imagine that I would probably have the back plain without any of the beads on the back of it.
Now, I can't see the bottom. Does it trim around the bottom too? No, it's just solid, right?
Yeah, and actually, I think that's a little bit more flattering when you don't have your contrast color on the bottom of your sweater, because it's not drawing as much attention to that area on your body. By having these long vertical lines of contrast, it really helps elongate your body and make us look as long and lean as possible, which we all want.
Talking to someone who's long, very long,
So long.
so long.
But yeah, this one caught my eye.
And I think it's classic. It's the kind of piece that 1993 and 2023, if you go to the Chanel boutique, everything's basically the same. The colors change. And every once in a while, they go off on a tangent, I've noticed, but then they quickly go away from that. They come back to the classic Chanel.
This one sounds like a little bit of like a military kind of.
That used to be fun on those little.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Yeah. I should show it to Glenn. She'd like that.
You would. Yeah. Okay, so let's go down to the other chart. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So this one requires a little bit of imagination, ladies, but I thought it was perfect for this yarn. If you notice, it's knit side to side, okay? And it's got a very big stitch, which the silk will handle. Now, we won't be able to do the variegating, but the beading is how I work it in, can add to that flavor. So it's going to have a more open feeling. The collar here, I'm not sure about. If anybody decides to do it, we'll discuss how we want to do that part. But it's just basically a straight piece. It's got a pretty full sleeve. She's wearing it rolled up. And sometimes I find that those are too big. So we can talk about that as well. But if anybody wants to do this particular piece, I'll work with them. The beads will go in, and then I think we'd add one skein of our L'Atelier bling into that also, which is our new sequin, really bangy blingy yarn. And that's a gorgeous piece. I've been looking at this for a while, and I thought, wow, this raw silk is just perfect for it. I haven't ordered a sand color, but if somebody decides that's what they want to do, I will order it. So let's see, let's go and stop. Does anybody have any questions on any of these?
I have a question about this one, this Gloria. It looks to me like just the sleeves. It doesn't look knitted side to side to me the way the stitches look in my picture.
No.
Yeah, you're right, but I think I would do it side to side because I wouldn't want to be carrying all of those different yarns up there because I'm not a machine. So I have a stitch that will give it that feeling of the openness, but then we'll be able to work it going this way. And it won't be such
Does that mean it'll be a dolman sleeve?
It will be a drop sleeve, yes. Doesn't have to be really full. This one's really full. This one looks to me like it was done like a giant square. I'll research it a little bit more if we decide we want to work with it, and we'll see. But we'll tailor it because all of you have specific needs, and we'll address those needs. Okay, I'm going to go to color for a minute. I'm going to talk about this. Okay. So here's the colors that I have ordered so far in this silk, including the denim, which is not on this page, but was on your original email. It showed it up in the corner, and that's the denim color.
I'm not sure, Sam.
Right. So there's kind of a poppy red, there's a hot pink, a purple, a really bright true turquoise, black, and white. And then the beads, all I could think of is I wanted it to feel like a flower field when I was designing it. So the beads are like all different colors. So these are the ones that are up there. And then I think I have to stop screen sharing now. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, the beads, the sky is the limits. We have so many different ones. In fact, Penny, do you have on an art yarn sweater today? Do you have the beaded one on?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the
Carmel by the Sea.
Carmel by the Sea, right, which is gorgeous. And that was one of the colors. I was out of it, but I wanted to show that one. So Penny, if you can see who Penny is, there she is. Stand up, Penny, and talk. We have to let her in.
We have to.
All right, unpin, let her come in there. There she is. Beautiful. Beautiful. You did that really quickly.
I did. Yeah, it was fast. It's very easy. Once you sent me the new directions, the original directions were impossible. The original directions from Art Yarns, but you sent me a different set of directions, and they were much easier to read.
What you have to understand about Art Yarns, in all fairness to her, is Iris designs on the needle. Okay, she designs on the needle. She never can remember what she did.
I don't want to do another pattern written by her.
Well, we'll always try to edit it as much as possible.
Your
All right.
color is beautiful.
It's gorgeous. So that's one of the colors that could go, and that will go with any of the ones that we offer because all those colors are in it. All right, we're gonna. You're in charge of that, Theresa. I'm not. I'm giving up my technical.
Thank you for sharing, Penny.
Okay. So then there's things like this, which it's gonna be hard to see these, I think. So this is just a pale pink with a little cream. Then we have ones with, I kind of think it should have a multi. There's this one that's another pink with colors. When you decide what you're going to do, and you decide kind of the color you want. Then if you're not able to come in the store, we will do a little back and forth with color samples and on the phone. I'll text you pictures. You can pick. We'll show it with the different yarns. This yarn is being developed for us. It isn't here yet. So all of you must work on all those projects that you keep telling me you have so many of, and that's preventing you from doing all the things that I want you to do. So you get to work, and then, but I would like to know color, so I make sure that I have kind of enough when it does come in. I've ordered quite a bit because I have to order large minimums, but it's sensational. I know you guys are going to flip out, and it's not cheap, but it is magnificent. So it does, and it doesn't stretch. It's so happy.
Karen, when the colors come in, would there be any possibility that you could maybe take a picture and email the shades to us?
Yes, of course. I might even be able to send you a little snippet of each.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's totally possible. That's not a problem. Not a problem. I don't mind doing that.
At least with the silk.
Yeah, not the beads, but the silk. And then the silk, we'll put combinations together once you've decided which one you want, and then we'll decide what kind of bead color you want. And then think about what the sweater is that you're leaning towards, and give me an idea on that too. All right. What Peggy say? She's going for we got
What's the hot tea?
She chatted with us. Oh my goodness. Ship to shore. Oh, shore to ship. All right. Anybody else with anything? Guys, you're way too tame. Come on. Who besides Cora has been to Amsterdam? What else are we missing? You've been to Amsterdam.
It was a very quick little visit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Very quick. Flew in there for soccer.
And what did you see in Amsterdam?
The airport.
Okay.
And a lot of flowers. A lot of flowers. I was only 17, and we were a bunch of soccer teams, and they said, okay, don't talk to anybody, don't buy anything, don't make eye contact, get to the bus.
That's because they were going to sell you pot in the hookers ring. Oh, good work.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I noticed all the beautiful flowers.
that's perfect. Well, I'm going to try and find more from there. All right, I'm going to turn this over to you now. Teresa you're not going to talk to me anymore about sweater or tell me anything until I get more yarn to show you. Teresa's going to show you a couple of new things that came into the shop just recently, right?
Sure.
Okay. All right. And if you have a question, ask me. This is the time.
Yeah, ask either one of us.
Okay. And if you want to jump in tomorrow, I might have the other sleeve done. I plan to knit this afternoon.
Theresa, what do we think's the ETA of the yarn?
I don't know. I got them the label, but that's what takes the longest, is they have a label printer, and then the label printer has to get it to them. So we just did that. Thinking maybe sometime beginning of May.
We can't hear.
We're probably going to get it to the beginning of May.
Got it.
If we get it sooner, we'll definitely let you ladies know. Yeah, we'll keep you guys posted. But we're kind of anticipating the beginning of May. All right.
Great. Thank you.
Of course.
Do you want the mannequin?
Yeah, we'll put some stuff on the mannequin. So when I was looking up different things like on Pinterest and whatnot for Amsterdam, I noticed that quite a few of the new pieces from Alambika and even Johnny Was fit very nicely with the whole colorful happiness of Amsterdam. So, Alambika did this beautiful, it's not really holy, that's kind of funny, this kind of fun linen and rayon machine knit sweater. It's a pullover. And what they did is they colored it, they dyed it, they tie-dyed it after the fact. So that way they could really place where they wanted all of that good stuff. But it's just a beautiful, lightweight layering piece. It does have a drop sleeve. And it's just fun. The sleeve itself is actually a little narrower But because it hangs so far over on your arm, closer towards your elbow, it's not as conforming as you would think. It's very wearable. It's got a little bit more like a boat neck. And so the way that I was wearing it is I have a tank top or two that matches this kind of aqua color, magically perfect. And then I had it with jeans. I had it with some Johnny Was pants, just a really fun basic piece. And it's just so lightweight. It's such a great layering piece. So as you were riding your bike along the canals in Amsterdam, this would be such a great go-to piece.
On the yellow bike.
On the yellow bike, yes. So they did it as a pullover. So this colorway is called Lagoon. And then they also did a very similar shape, but as a cardigan. So let me get that for you as well.
This is available in the ship store.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So we have a second color option. And this, I think they call it the Nautic color. Yes, the Nautic. So it's got different shades of blue. We've got 3 buttons down the center. Again, it's got that kind of playful, softer drop sleeve. And they actually have a little bit of like a inside out seam allowance to keep it kind of young and fresh feeling. But it's such a lightweight, beautiful piece. It honestly looks like you kind of laid on top of a watercolor and just kind of wrapped around. The V-neck, like I said, you've got just beautiful. So the base color is the same on both color schemes. It's a very soft, kind of like a bone, like an ivory. And then you've got the tie-dye, the bleeding of the different colors. So this one is the Nautic. You've got a little bit of a darker, inky, almost black, but it's more blue. And then you've got a little bit more of a sky blue that goes into like a periwinkle. Just a really beautiful color scheme. And we can do the pullover in this colorway as well. I just didn't grab it. They did them in sizes. This is the medium, and it's actually the size that I got as well. I'm like a size 10, size 12, and if it's loose, comfortable, easy, this one you could wear with a little camisole or something underneath it, or even just a regular t-shirt as well. So this was kind of fun. And then the other thing was from Johnny Was that I grabbed. I really like this one. Okay, so this is just a great, it's actually like a button-up shirt, like a blouse, but I think it needs to be worn open as like a great layering piece. And I apologize that it's a little hard to see, but there are so many beautiful colors. You can see towards the bottom of the screen of all of the playfulness of all of the butterflies. Really pretty.
Sort of that.
Oh, yeah. So you've got traditional schemes for a dress shirt. The butterflies don't go all the way down, so if you do want to tuck it in, you're not losing any of those pretty little butterflies. They've got a really fun border to frame the butterflies nicely. And this is more of that kind of gauzy kind of linen material. So it's a nice weight. It's not flimsy. It's got a little thickness to it. You've got the folded collar that also has the little detail on it as well. Get her down there, don't lose her head. Kind of fun. So that we only got it in the white. I like it in the white. It's a happy, I'm ready for spring and color kind of feel. Yeah, I would totally wear this in Amsterdam.
All right.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Don't be too shy or polite.
What's the price?
Okay, thank you for asking. This one is $328, and then you get 15% off. And I do have it in a couple of sizes. So this one is the medium. I think I would probably do the medium. If I try it on, I'm going to have to keep it. So, Oh, it's got a couple little buttons on the cuff as well. So that way, if you want to fold it up, you can kind of keep it a little more casual. Just a really great piece.
It's a great layering piece, really, more so than even, I guess you'd wear it, but I would never wear it. I don't wear anything.
Did anybody try it on with the button? Yeah, it's just a happy fitting sweater. They're reasonable. Let's see. The cardigan sweater is $2.95 before the discount.
Okay, so then the 15 off.
Yeah. Right.
Very cute.
And the polo. The pullover is free. Oh my gosh, does everybody want one?
That's why. So I can mention that all of the clothing is going to be on the website also, and as club members, they get the 15% off.
Theresa, I like the cardigan. Do you have to order it? Or
no, I have a couple of them left, so we should talk. So then that way I can send it to you.
okay, so good.
Yeah.
Theresa, does the cardigan come in both colorways?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I actually do have.
Funny you should ask.
Oh yeah, funny you should ask. I do have the lagoon color as the cardigan as well, and it does the same exact. It's got the 3 buttons. I kind of like this color, and when I was wearing it, besides just jeans, I was wearing it with white denim, and it looked great. Because
how long is it?
Kind of bone color, it didn't clash. It just kind of accented it nicely.
Theresa, how long is it?
I don't have a measuring tape.
Or hold it up to you. So
But I would say it's about 23 inches in length.
okay.
This one is the extra small, but I mean, honestly, at a pinch, I could wear this size just because it is
It's very oversized.
that oversized look. Yes. Yeah. I have it in a couple of sizes, so we should definitely talk.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great piece. And I don't know if you ladies heard or not, what Karen was saying is that we're going to do a better job of getting all of these beautiful garments on our website. So that way you can shop them late at night when you don't feel like knitting, but you feel like doing something fun. And you'll get the 15% off on the website, or you can call us, whatever works for you. Karen might not answer her phone at midnight, though.
No, I'm doing Wordle at midnight. It's spelling bee.
Okay.
When you do it right, it changes.
Well, there you go. Does anybody else have any other questions?
Yes, I have a question, Theresa. This is Gloria. I think Karen said we could call your cell phone as well for information.
Yes.
I don't have your number, so if you would send it to me, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want me to put it in the chat? I can just type it in real quick if you want it. Or I can get it from Robin and I can text you.
Or I can text it to her. I'll do it.
Okay.
I have it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I have on a Johnny West piece from November. I think it is. This one actually came with a tank top, but I didn't know if I was going to be trying stuff on, so I put a different tank top on underneath. I think I have one left of this one in Redondo, but it's so pretty because it's kind of sheer, and then you've got all of this beautiful embroidery on it.
It's got a ruffle.
Yeah, a little ruffle, a little soft peasant ruffle, a little collar. And stuff.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
They didn't do any tulips. I was bummed. I was hoping a tulip would come in. But they didn't.
All the things.
Okay. So everybody ready to get on their first excursion? I believe, don't quote me, but because I did look at my notes, I think we go to Cologne in June. So, but by then you'll be into the sway of things. You'll know how the logbooks. As soon as the logbook comes out, go ahead and bookmark it or do whatever you need to do to put it in your faves so that you can pull it up easily, because it becomes the Bible for everything. All the patterns will be in there. All the recipes will be in there. So,
It's the mouse.
I was like, there's a spot right there. Sorry. Anyway, it'll have everything you need. And we do some recipes, go ahead and share with us, okay? Because we would love to put those up. I think that's always fun. And I think as knitters, and we like those kinds of things too. All right, everybody, happy spring. Enjoy Amsterdam, and we'll talk. And as soon as the yarn walks in the door, I'll let you guys know. But if you kind of know what color you want, let me know now. Okay, and the project. So if you are interested in that one Cucinelli or the Chanel Theresa will probably do up just because I think that's just a great basic pattern. So that's not going to be an issue. The Cucinelli one takes a little planning. So if somebody wants that one, let me know and I will get on it right as soon as I finish doing the others. Love you all. Bye.
All right, ladies.
All righty. Thank you very much.